now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, direct from the bar.
Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire...
They're back!
Driving all the way in! Oh, God! An unbelievable move! He put it in and it counts! Can you believe that?
That's the most frightening thing a defender can see. You be the only guy back on defense and he's coming at you.
It back, 3 on the way. Yes, sir! Oh, he turned around, too! That was dirty! Oh, what a shot! He is ruthless!
Welcome to our world.
Yo, 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 guess who's back? Guess who's back? Yes, brother. And we're back in full effect with our new merch. New merch. What's happening, JP?
What's on the sleeve, Saint? What's all this?
The originals. GB originals.
What's on the back?
Oh, it's got the Saint. And then on the back, hold on. Hey, if you guys want one of these, woo, you're gonna have to pay some dough. Woo! Oh man, tell us what you think of them. Anyway, they are available. They are available to buy. Anyway,
Yes.
I have not seen you for ages. We spoke loads, as we have lots of meetings. How you been doing, lad? What's been going on?
Well, it's been busy. We have to start the show in typical fashion by saying, truth mode is on. We will say it as it is. If you don't like it, Homes Under the Hammers on BBC One.
Homes Under the Hammers. I don't really like Homes Under the Hammers, actually. I prefer Dickinson's Real Deal. But he's not on at the moment. But I prefer that.
He's probably on the sunbeds.
Yeah, he probably is. So, brother, what do we have on the show today?
The first thing we've got to do is got to refresh 2025. What a year we're having.
Yeah.
So we brought in new things straight after the Christmas Advent calendar, which went down a storm, didn't it?
Yeah.
On Facebook. Then we had the Christmas Hall of Fame inductees.
Yep.
We've got 3 things that we've started, which we'll get to in a bit. But before we go any further, we've got to tell the fans why we've been off air, why we've been busy. What's happened in your world? What have you recently become?
I've been busy with my new pro team, the Black Country Steelers. So we started our season in Division 4. And the object, obviously, was to get promoted, as if you haven't heard. We went through the season 13-1, losing 1 on the road, undefeated at home. So then we had to, which is really crazy, you win your division, but you're still not promoted. We had to go in a FA Cup style, 2-legged knockout against one of the worst teams in Division 3. And then, can you guess what it was, John? What was the team?
Cardiff Met.
Cardiff Met. That's a kind of interesting, isn't it, really?
Well,
Because-
how ironic. So then we all of a sudden gave you the insight that you might have a job with the wheelchair team, but then backdoored you, and you end up back in their neck of the woods.
Yeah, I ended up in their neck of the woods, saw a few of the people that were there. And
Really?
we knocked them out of the park. We are now promoted to Division 3 with a 2-legged aggregate score of, I think it was 50. Something like that, 50. We won by
You gapped
50.
them by 50.
Yeah, over 2 legs. We smashed them at their place. And then they came to ours and we smashed them there. So that's what I've been doing, being busy. Obviously helping Ronnie out because we know Ronnie's been busy too.
Well, I've been fighting. But, you know, my DNA is part stress. And I've been at it with the council, with the ombudsman. But I've still had time to take it to the IPC people over footage, sports integrity over the way BWB banned me and attacked you. I've still gone and done all that, and that's still ongoing. But regarding the council, they took a fight on with me. It involved, I'd say, about 17 different individuals from the council, and little me by myself won. I felt like Rambo. I just needed a red bandana with a bit of blood dripping off it, or a green boat. But yeah, so then I've been moving house. It has been chaotic. My back's done in. Blood pressure tablets are not working. Stress levels are DEFCON 1.
They say the two most stressful things is getting married and moving house.
I thought it was getting divorced or moving house.
Oh, that's not stressful because you're getting rid of her. I mean, that's not stressful.
Also, committing to her for the rest of your life, that's stressful.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely.
That's why I ain't doing it. No, it's not for me. You know, all that. No.
I think that's bullshit, anyway, to be fair, because that's a party we're missing out on.
I've got to say this straight off the bat, we've got some shout-outs to do. Not only is our Facebook, but our YouTube, over the last 3 weeks, has just started getting followers and subscribers, especially in the Americas. We've got Bolivia, Argentina, and Mexico that have all just turned up all of a sudden. So, buenas tardes. What's the other one they say? Bienvenidos. Welcome.
You're so multilingual, son. So multilingual.
Hell yeah. Don't let this fool you. I am intelligent. IQ of 157. You can't knock it, can you? Cannot knock it.
157.
But yeah, shout outs as well to I.W.B.F. Obviously, because we've involved them in work we're doing now. BWB, because we mention them every week. We've got to give them a shout out. Probably because they're doing a terrible job, but we've still got to shout them out.
And
UK Sport.
And they're watching. It wouldn't be fair if we didn't shout them out because they're watching.
Yeah, and UK Sport because they're watching. So we started tagging them in the work. And then, of course, the boss, Phil Craven.
Excuse me, Sir Phil Craven.
Sir Phil Craven.
Get that right.
Well, I don't call him Sir because I used to get trained by him at 7 a.m, and he was Mr. Frotchit to me.
Yeah, but Mr. Frotchit is now Sir Frotchit.
Yeah, he is. Sir Frotchit, anyway. And the last shout out goes to the voice, the vibe, the villain. Sometimes. But always real, Curtis Bell. He's reached out and he could be part of what's coming up soon, including the Legends interviews.
Good old Curtis. It'd be great to have him on as well. So it's going to be great to have those interviews back.
So, main event 2025. It's been a wild one. Let's just break it down, blow the cobwebs off, speak about what we've been doing. First of all, Mystery Person Challenge. What do you think of it, Saint? It's back. It's badder.
We're getting whacked.
We are getting whacked.
I thought I definitely was going to win. We were almost there. And then what happens? Sarah Sims comes from nowhere to nail
How she nailed that is still baffling me.
I'm baffled. Absolutely baffled. But she got there. So that made it, what, 12-1?
12-1 at the minute, I think.
But I've always told you, you're giving away too many good clues.
Well, it's Ronnie. She writes to him. She gets the info. Whack. We're on.
Well, we're going to have words with Ronnie. Obviously,
yeah, Ronnie's
too easy.
She needs to sober up, to be honest. She's off the ball a bit.
I know. It's always ever since she got married. Since she's got married.
It's them peach snaps. I'm going to have a word with Leroy anyway. I'm not happy about him.
I know. giving her
distracting.
beat smacks all the time. I tell you, you can tell when she's like that. It's the third, it's like the mystery person challenge all the time. She looks like she's had a few too many. We'll have words.
Yeah. So then we also brought in delinquent news. Now this has spilled some comments and controversy.
I thought that was great, delinquent news. Excuse me, but there was a certain, shall I name her, who said she couldn't read it.
No.
Well, she said she couldn't read it, so we had to revamp it, because that's what we do for our fans. We revamp if it's not working right. And I think it's going brilliantly.
Yeah, I think it is. And the fact that when Ronnie writes in and says in the WhatsApp group, listen, some of them are reaching out saying this, and then we start having the Zoom meeting about what they're discussing, just gives us a fresh look each time.
Yeah, exactly. And then we add Third Eye Challenge, which is my favourite. It is definitely my favourite.
This is your baby, innit? This is your baby.
This is my baby. And people might think we're doing it for different reasons. Spite. We're not. It's nothing to do with any of the players. It's nothing to do with the players because you don't classify yourself. We're talking that the system is broken. It needs rechanging. It needs
the integrity of the game.
Yeah, that's what it is. We've got people that have been classified that are clearly not the classification they are.
Yeah.
Because,
well, let's just talk. While we've talked about Third Eye, let's discuss this week's what we've just done. Greg Warburton. Let's discuss it. So here's my view on it. These are my 2 points. One, if Greg had two hands, he'd be a 4.5.
Yeah.
Right? That's the first point. The second point, so going back to the first point, if Greg's got two hands, he's a 4.5. He's got 4 fingers missing, or a thumb and 3 fingers missing, and a shorter forearm. So does that justify 2.5 points deduction?
No, I don't think it does.
I think at most you go 1.5 points.
I think it's maximum is 1.5 points. You know, I'd be comfortable if he was a 2.5. I'd be comfortable. Is he a 3? Is he a 3? I don't know. Is he a 2.5? Probably. He's probably borderline those. Just because obviously he's got his fingers, but the thing is, he's got his fingers. But if, you know, in the picture itself, he's tilting and he's actually holding it with the hand.
With the finger.
With the finger. So,
yeah.
And I think you got to put into core strength because there's people that are probably 3s and 3.5s can't do that. Can't stay up on a tilt like that. And you know, it's not just him. There's others. We got a whole heap of
Shokai, exact other.
Yeah, we got others. Earlier in the show, you know, we had we done the girls as well. A 3.5 that we showed cannot be a punch bag. Let's get it that way. We know a 3. We knew a 4 Fred who couldn't stand.
Yeah.
Paraplegic. Couldn't stand. But he's a 4. So how can somebody who can stand and get hold a punch bag and take that contact be a 3.5? It's just not possible. Something's wrong. The system's wrong.
We did get another as well. I'll show you the image up on the screen in a minute. But going back to my second point on this, my second point is this. If Greg's a 2 and he goes down in history as a 2, well then that eliminates Abu Kanati, Stevie Kane and Fabio Raimondi. Them kind of 2s will be eliminated from legacy and basketball history because they would never match up to him as a 2. It's just impossible. A paraplegic 2 would never match up to a Greg Warburton 2. So that's why the system's broke.
Yeah, because they don't have the core strength, the core muscles. They can't balance and keep themselves up. The only way that they can do that is by strapping themselves in.
Yeah.
And they still can't do those sort of things. Pete Fimbo couldn't do those things. So...
But You seen in the comments on the reveal, Ian Laker actually put, with the way they're strapping chairs today and the way chairs are measured up and built for players, the way he sits, Greg, and the strapping, his straps are not to just keep him in the chair. They're an extra tool to help him play better.
No, so obviously I done chair with RGK, measuring and those things. The strapping now isn't to keep them in the chair. It's not to keep them in the chair. It's to make them one with the chair. So you're one with it. So the way we strap, the way that we're strapping, there's certain points that we would know, depending on their classification, is how we strap them. Because take it, for instance, Greg, we made something that his stumps could go in, that give him stability. Do you see what I mean? And not just him. Yeah. Same with Anderson, the way we developed the strapping. It's not it's people think strapping is to keep them in the chair. It's not. It's to make them one with the chair. So when they move, the chair moves. And the chairs are so light nowadays.
One pointers need the strapping to keep them in the chair.
Yeah. So if you think about Abdi Jammer now, because we know I'm talking about these players that we know, he didn't get on with the Elite X because it was too light for him. It was just far too light, so he didn't have no stability in it because the chair was too light. So he went back to the Elite, which is heavier, and he could handle it. Do you see what I mean? So because Abdi's a true one. Yeah. So the chairs have evolved, the strapping's evolved, but our classification hasn't evolved.
Yeah. We
had a big change, I think when I first came in, I think it was 11 points or something like that. And then it went to 13. And then obviously it's 14 and 14 and a half in club basketball. And that's made a difference. If you look at it, if you take strapping out for some of these players, especially those high pointers, you see a massive difference in them. Especially like the Spanish guy, Chorkev, if they didn't have no straps, they wouldn't have that balance at all. Because they've got no legs, haven't they? So they wouldn't be able to have balance in the chair. They'll be all over the place. So But
that's why we do the third eye. Look at this email that we got the other day. This is a classic. Well, when I say the other day, we got it a while back in the Delinquents. But it says, Abby Duncan played as a 3.5 pointer for USA with CRPS as her disability. Now it's unclassifiable. She left Rio with a gold medal and doesn't play the sport anymore. And at the same time, doesn't require a wheelchair anymore. What does that tell you?
So the question there is, how did she get classified as a 3.5? That's the question.
But right now, she's an established gold medal Paralympic winner, and now she's coaching. But she doesn't need a wheelchair anymore. Not an everyday chair, not a basketball chair. Since she wasn't classifiable, she didn't need a wheelchair anymore. That's the system, broke to a T.
So how many more of those do we have?
Well, there's a few in there. I think there's one or two British ones in there.
Yeah, there's the same. You could say the Passawan. Same. 4.5. Yep. Always used to see him in an everyday chair. I've not seen that chair. Must have vanished into thin air now. He's coaching.
I wouldn't mind if he sat down when he coached Germany women in Paris, but he doesn't. He just walks up and down the bench. No everyday chair in sight.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to say, it's not the players' faults. It's not the players' fault. It's the classification. It's the classifier's fault. They're not seeing. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure what they're seeing, to be fair. I don't really know what they're seeing. The solution I think the solution is everybody should be reclassified.
I totally agree. The only way this sport gets fixed is by everyone at the next major gets reclassified.
Yeah. Next Euro Cup, next major. Yep. If you're going into that, I wouldn't even mind. So the next major, for the men's, is the Europeans. If you have to go a few days earlier, but every player is reclassified.
Yeah.
That's how it's got to be.
I totally agree. But on that note, talking about classification, before we go to the break, it's time for our latest favourite hero, Mark Young quotes of the week.
Really fucking boring. Ain't you all fire with your shitty story? You're drawn on forever.
Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet. Do-do-do-do-do-do. My
So on
quote
this
for
week's
Mark Young
edition-
is...
On this week's edition, I'm going to say, as I'm hosting the show today,
Okay,
because
sorry.
you've not got your script in front of you.
I have got my script in front of me. Thank you very much. Nice one.
I thought you didn't have it.
And you haven't
See?
followed it. So I will be
No,
telling Ronnie. I will
lad.
be telling Ronnie you didn't follow her script, and she
Oh, well,
will not be happy.
the video printer's gone down at my end.
Okay, yeah, go on, yeah, sure.
Oh, Mark Young quotes. This week, would you like to go first?
I'll go
Or would
first.
you-
I'll go first.
You go first.
Yeah. Mark
Okay, let me
Young.
get my cheeks ready. Hang on, let me get my cheeks ready. Go ahead.
Mark Young lost his virginity before his mum.
Can't say that.
Oh God, sorry, Mark. Sorry.
Oh, that's killed me. I don't think I can match that.
Go on. You can match it. I'm sure you can.
I'll have to stay on the same. Go on the same banter as it. Mark Young, when his mum gave birth to him, he drove his mum home.
Oh, we have to go to a break for that. We have to go to a break. And you know what happens when we go to a break? We have to show you the best chairs, the best company, wheelchair company, the best of everything, Da Vinci Mobility. Yo, we're back for part 2. I hope you enjoyed all the stuff on Da Vinci Mobility. Remember, if you need anything, contact them. Okay? Johnny.
I contacted them.
Did you?
I contacted them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to.
You're getting a new ride, didn't you? On
Go on,
my
electric.
recommendation. I hope the car's brilliant.
Electric, lad.
Yes! Join the crew, brother. Join the crew.
Well, the only thing I can say is I know where you live if it goes up the wrong alley.
Yeah, you won't get it. You won't have enough electric. Oh, shit me not. Hey!
Yeah, so a normal week, we'd start off the second half with JP's news round. It ain't happening.
Why? Has Ronnie forgot?
No, all the cyber chaos we've had, we've been tried. Someone's tried to shut us down twice and report us and failed. We've had a cyber attack twice. It's just been chaotic. So we've upped the security. We've done this. We've done that. We've just not had a time to prepare everything for the opening week back.
You know what?
Well, we're getting ready for Euro Cup 1 final.
Yeah, you know what? I knew there was a reason Ronnie married Leroy, because Leroy's now security. Yes, Leroy!
Yeah.
He gets his perks, doesn't he, old Leroy, being security?
Well, to be honest, he was quick in fixing everything, weren't he?
He certainly fixed Ronnie. Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
she come in a bit rosy cheeked, didn't she?
Yeah. Why she was on all fours coming through the building, I have no idea. No idea.
He said she was rough.
Oh, dear. Poor old Ronnie. So, no JP's news round, but we got a new feature, though.
We have got a new feature.
What's going to be the new feature? And this is for you fans out there, the new feature.
It'll have its own theme tune and everything. It's going to be a bit like Family Fortunes. So each week, we'll ask Saint, the man who knows it all, 5 live questions. You won't get to see them until we're recording. And then when we're recording, I'm going to send them via WhatsApp live. And he has 1 minute to answer 5 questions.
No, let's make it even more exciting. Don't send them. Just hit me with them.
All right. Ask you them.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I'll give you a chance today.
Go on.
I've got one.
Yeah.
And it's quite the right time to do it, considering what's happened in our world recently. Who in wheelchair basketball is the GOAT?
Who in wheelchair basketball is the GOAT?
Yep.
Is that a trick question, or is that the question? Who's the GOAT?
Who's the GOAT? That's the question.
Well, there's a lot I've seen because I've been playing since '85. So
name some of your GOATs then before you name the GOAT.
So I've known about that guy. I've not really. I can remember him in '84. Hank McKenzie. Then I saw Dave Kiley. Then I saw
Van
der Linden, yeah. And then I saw Michel Gradel. Troy Sachs, yeah. Troy Sachs. Patrick Anderson.
Schulte.
Paul Schulte, yeah. Yeah, impressive. It's tricky, really, because...
Anderson.
Yeah, probably I'd say Patrick Anderson because...
Is that your GOAT? Is that your answer?
I'm going to go with that, yeah.
As you can hear now.
What do you mean?
Family Fortunes. That's not the GOAT, unfortunately. We asked 100 basketball people who's the GOAT to wheelchair basketball, and Patrick Anderson was the second highest answer. He was wrong.
You're taking the bit. Who's above him?
In the list, it says number 1, Team USA's men's team. They won more goals than anyone. They're the GOAT.
That's bullshit. That is a bullshit question. If that's what the questions I'm going to be getting every week.
No, that's not a trick. I asked 100. I had to email 100 different people these questions.
Yeah,
not question.
Yeah, I bet Ronnie's done that to mess me up, innit?
Well, they did hit my inbox off Ronnie, I won't lie.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to go and give Ronnie a little bit of a spanking. Leroy, I'm on my way.
But going off Team USA, as you can see on the screen now, the other day this was announced. I don't know if you've seen, there's videos of what's been going on with the training camps in the NWBA. Their Facebook feed is unreal. It's second to none. They're the best publicly announcing home nation going USA. They just share everything. They've got no secrets, nothing to hide.
Yeah, so they also had their Hall of Fame, didn't they? Which looked great.
Yeah. But in the announcement for the national teams for this year's America's Cup, which is the qualifiers for the World Championships, they've cut the squads down to the final 20 in both the men and the women.
Some surprise.
In the women, the shock was the fact that Rebecca Murray is not in the 20 anymore. In the men's, there's no Steve Serio, there's no Brian Bell, and there's no Trayvon Jennifer. And it's just a complete rebuild.
Well, you know
they want to win gold for a 4th consecutive in their own back garden.
LA, yeah. Now, compare that to Osh lot over here. Who I think they is it MI5 should we call them? Because they got more secrets than MI5.
I tell you.
Nobody knows what the hell is going on. But there has been camps.
It's a close shot. It's so strange because, well, we've had this discussion. We may as well tell the public. We've had this discussion where we think, The only reason it's a shut shop and it's quiet is because if they get caught out, it'll be proven that they don't know what they're doing.
It's weird. It's weird. So weird. You know, they picked the under-25s team, and nobody knew there was a training camp. How many clubs got said, oh, we're having a training camp for the under-25s team? And then what makes it even worse, that you know these people are idiots. They tried 3-1s with the women. They played 2, or sort of played 1.5, and the other one sat there. They've just gone and done it again. And then, to make matters even worse, Finley Erskine, who is playing for one of the greatest teams in world basketball, RSV Landell, is on the reserves. And he's just
signed a new contract.
Signs a new contract, but he can't get in the under-25 team. Is somebody taking the piss?
They have to be. Well, because, I'm sorry, don't forget, at the stage of mentioning that 3-1s have been selected again, that's not a bigger mistake than the fact that, hang on, we've got a new performance director, Penfold, who is the chair, who's going to sit the selection committee with no background in our sport. He's going to tell them all how to eat well and what to drink well.
Hold on. Where's Penfold from? What's his background?
Sports nutritionist, sports scientist.
Fuck me, they're going to eat well, isn't they?
Exactly. But he's now the chair of the selection committee for our national teams. I mean, it's just a broken system, innit? Let's be fair.
It's a broken system. It's why we like 3-1s.
Yeah.
No mid-range, no 2-pointers, no 4.5s. That shows your scouting's broken. Well, there is no scouting. I'm sure there's clubs out there that have got young 4.5s. We know we got one in Bradley who plays at Sheffield. Did he get an invitation to the camp? Can anybody ask me that question? Answer that question. If you know, did he get an invitation to the camp? He definitely should, because the numbers he's putting up, you know what I mean? The numbers he's putting up at junior level, he should have got an invite for that camp. Not only an invite, he probably should have gone in the team. I know he's young, but it's always good to start young and get a look in. Instead of taking 3-1s, which, when you look at the international team, the men's senior team, we barely play with 1-1.
Yeah.
So what's the point in having 3-1s going forward?
But apparently the game's evolved. You know, the days of a 4 and a 2.5. Them days are gone, apparently.
Evolved where? Every team's still got a big monster. Okay, the game's evolved. Take Lee Manning out of our team. We're ordinary.
Yeah. Would we make a semi without Lee Manning in the Dubai and in Paris?
No.
Okay. So then the 4.5s and the 4s are important. Well, let's just rewind history. Go back to your goats of the sport. Troy Sachs.
Australia ain't winning the gold medals without him.
Patrick Anderson.
And Joey Johnson. They're not winning gold medals without them.
Lander Linden, Kuhn Janssens.
No.
There's a Curtis Bell, Dave Carley.
USA won the Paralympics here. Salazar. He came on 4.5, 4. Done
exactly.
The business.
It's there for everyone to read if you can read. If you can't read, you may as well be in the BWB office because they can't read. They can't read our sport.
And it's every era, because if you look at our era, was we big? No, we had one big guy, but we knew how to use the rest of them. And he carried the weight. He carried the weight. If we'd had a Lee Manning at that time, the way Lee Manning's playing, we're getting even closer to the gold medals than that eluded us. You have big men. It's not a small man's game. It is, mid-range game. Yeah, fair enough. That's what they're saying now. But if you still look at all of the teams in Europe, the top teams in Europe in the Euro Cup, they've all got a big 4.5. All got a big 4.5.
Always.
Anyway,
moving on.
Moving on.
It's now time to say, regarding June 2025, the Hall of Fame nominations are now closed.
Wow. And I'm
We've been
telling
working through them. We've been hitting it back and forth. To be honest, that new thing that Ronnie did, cutting the counters down, helped loads. We got it down to 5 for June, 5 new inductees. But after some consideration and the detailing and the research we've got to do on 4 of them, we're going to make it 4 people in January, in June, aren't we?
Yep, and I'm telling you all this. You are going to be surprised what we chose out of all the nominations. And like you're probably saying, oh, yeah, no. We have nominations and we have 10 that all got the same sort of nominations. And then me, John, and Ronnie, Leroy pops his head in every now to look at Ronnie's ass. I'm going to have to bar him soon, I tell you, because he's distracting Ronnie from her job. And we come down to the criteria, and I'm telling you this now, it's going to be a shockwave.
Definitely.
And I guarantee you, I don't think you could guess who are going to go in. But it's going to be a shockwave.
Yeah. If we put a list of 100 now, you wouldn't pick these 4 out of 100.
No, I don't think so, no.
Not from us, anyway.
No, not from us. And it will show this is a true Hall of Fame. We don't have no grudges against nobody.
Yeah.
We don't have no grudges against nobody.
No.
It's just a Hall of Fame. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. If it was restricted, we wouldn't ask you to nominate, would we?
Exactly.
And then also coming up, we've got, starting in, what did we say, May?
Yeah, May, June, maybe.
In May, June, once the summer months have warmed up, we're going to get the old boys out and start the Legends interviews. And we're starting with the OG, the blueprint, the main man.
Yeah. Because Sir Philip Craven.
Correct.
And after Sir Philip Craven, we've got another legend of the game.
Second is going to be a classic as well.
Yep, another legend of the game. And I know you guys have missed the legends. You have missed the legends, but, you know, we've had to wait.
We're working our way in order to try and get as many as the Hall of Famers interviewed. The ones that are with us anyway.
Yeah, and if you've got any ideas of who you want us to interview, if you want to be interviewed yourself,
or you want to be a guest on the show.
Or guest on the show. We've not had a guest. Which is shocking, isn't it?
It's the bottle merchants, lad, I'm telling you.
We haven't had a guest on the show. I don't understand. What are you frightened of? You think we're going to... I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what they're frightened of. But also, in reminders this week, we've got Delinquent Advent Calendar for 2025. Start sending your photos in so we can do the editing in advance, so we're not at lastminute.com again. Also, our inbox is always open. Anything you want to share with us, concerns, madness, anything.
If you want to be a mystery person, inbox us too. Mystery guests. Because it's good.
The mystery person, brilliant.
If you want to put your take on the third eye, if you've got 2 people you think that could go in a third eye, you've got a great picture for it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 2. It doesn't have to be 2. It can be 1 person. If you've got a game shot of this 1 person that's questioning the system, send it in.
Yeah, third eye. Remember, we're not looking, we don't care, we don't need their names or anything like that because we're not looking at their names. We're looking at what you think. And it's so, when you look at the third eye, it's so crazy because most people are not getting their points, which it should be quite easy to get their points, really. But it's not. It's not. So, yeah.
And before we go, just answer this question, Cinny.
Yep, I'm going to answer it.
From the days when we played at GB and we went to Roosevelt and we stayed in the cabin, and you always had the laptops out because you were game editing, you was also playing that game on your laptop. What was it called? Football Manager?
Yeah.
And didn't you say you was going to walk this Da Vinci Fantasy League?
I did, but having a nightmare. Shocker. Absolute shocker. Absolute
It's like
shock.
swimming with concrete boots on, lad. You are sinking.
Sinking faster than the Titanic, lad. But make sure you put up how it's going at the moment. We got 3. It's quite tight at the top. At the top. But my son's holding it down for the Thomas family, so you know what I mean. And do you know what hurts me more than that? Not
Unbelievable.
What hurts me more is not that I've not won it. This is the first time he's ever beaten me. And I hear it.
Oh, I can imagine.
In the car all the time.
I can imagine. Hey, the video printer's working again. Oh, Ronnie has nailed this. So it's auto-corrected and caught up. And right now, after that, it's come up with outro. And she's put, that's it for the episode of The Delinquent Show. We ain't backing down. We're building something louder, stronger, and full of fire. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay delinquent. She's on the ball. She's on the ball.
So now she's taking over my exit.
I'll tell you.
Soon I won't be needed on this show. Hey, we not even had a birthday shout out.
Whose birthday?
I think it was Blakey's birthday.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was Blakey's birthday. Happy birthday, Brother Blake. Happy birthday, Brother Blake. The chin. I hope you had a few. More than you usually do.
Definitely. You'd have to drink a few looking where his team is in the league, wouldn't you?
Oh. Listen, I'm falling like a stone. They're like...
In Poch, we trust.
Yeah, in Poch, we trust. And by the next time we do the next show, we're going to be champions.
Oh.
20.
I'll have to add to my tattoo. I need another star, I think.
20th. The record equaling 20th. Also, before we go, sorry, because I keep going on. 2 more minutes. Oldham, look at them. How they're going in the old National League. They're in the playoff hunt.
The other week. I spoke to T the other week and he said they get to the playoffs and then they bottle it. They go out first match of the playoffs.
Yeah, so we'll have a look. But guess who else is going to be happy who watches the show? The mighty Leeds got promoted. Butts have one for us as well.
Yeah, Butts will be having it large. Who's the other one? Oh, no, I got that wrong. I was going to say Tiny, but Middlesbrough have cocked up, haven't
they? Yeah, they're outside looking in, unfortunately. Yeah. They're outside looking in. Anyway, guys, it has been fantastic to be back. Remember, if you've got anything you want us to talk about, drop Ronnie a line when she's finished with Leroy and whoever she is with this weekend. She'll pass it on to us. If you want to come on the show, drop Ronnie a line. Anything you want, let us know. We'll talk about it in the show. We're going to be back. Remember this weekend, it's Euro Cup, so we'll be talking about that the next time.
We'll be in the live chat.
We'll definitely be in the live chat starting tomorrow. The Euro Cup starts tomorrow, doesn't it? Am I right?
Well, today.
Oh!
For the viewers.
Today for the viewers. Right. So we'll be watching that. But it's good to be back. Stay loud. Stay proud. Stay delinquents.
That's a team, gentlemen. Hell yeah. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals.